For millennia, humanity has stood alone at the pinnacle of intelligence on Earth. But now, artificial intelligence is emerging, not as science fiction, but as a powerful reality shaping our world. AI is everywhere, from social media to financial systems, raising a profound question. Is it just another tool, or the ultimate invention that will redefine human existence? Imagine a future where AI eradicates disease and poverty, or one where it surpasses us, challenging our very place in the world. The era of unchallenged human dominance may be ending. Are we ready for what comes next? AI's potential is vast, but so are its risks. It could solve global problems, curing disease, optimizing energy, personalizing education. Yet the same technology could erode privacy, empower autonomous weapons, and deepen inequality. The future isn't set. It's up to us to decide if AI amplifies our best qualities or becomes a force for division. Will we shape AI for good, or let it spiral beyond our control? To grasp AI's impact, we must understand the evolution of intelligence itself. From simple single-celled organisms to complex brains, intelligence evolved as an adaptive force. Each small cognitive leap gave life a survival edge, compounding over generations. This relentless evolution led to ever more sophisticated forms of intelligence. Now, we stand at the threshold of creating intelligence beyond biology. Among life's branches, hominins were unique. Our brains expanded, unlocking general-purpose intelligence. Humans learned, adapted, and communicated complex ideas, thriving in diverse environments. Language allowed us to share knowledge and build on past achievements. In a blink of evolutionary time, we went from foragers to city builders and explorers. Intelligence became our greatest tool, shaping the world in our image. Human intelligence has transformed the planet. Our cities, art, and science are its legacy, but it's also the source of empathy, creativity, and our deepest connections. As AI rises, we must remember intelligence's double-edged nature. It can create or destroy. The values we embed in AI will shape our future. The real question, how will we coexist with our own creation? The dream of artificial intelligence is ancient, but only became real with computers. Visionaries like Turing and Shannon laid the groundwork, imagining machines that could think. The 1956 Dartmouth workshop marked AI's formal birth, setting ambitious goals. Early optimism fueled decades of research, aiming to replicate human intelligence in code. The quest: could machines truly rival the mind? Early AI hit hard limits. Computers were slow, and intelligence proved complex. The AI winter brought setbacks, but new ideas emerged. Expert systems and machine learning. Expert systems had successes but were rigid. Machine learning offered adaptability. Algorithms began to learn from data, hinting at AI's future promise. Progress was slow, but the foundation was set for breakthroughs ahead. Exploding data and computing power reignited AI, especially through machine learning. Neural networks and deep learning revolutionized tasks like image recognition and language processing. AI now powers self-driving cars and human-like conversations. Yet, today's AI is still narrow, brilliant at specific tasks but lacking true understanding. The dream of general intelligence remains just out of reach. Today's AI excels at narrow tasks, chess translation, facial recognition, but can't match human flexibility. Human intelligence adapts, learns, and reasons across domains. AI remains confined to its training. Bridging this gap is AI's greatest challenge. Researchers are exploring systems that can learn and reason more broadly and understand human values. The journey from narrow AI to true general intelligence is just beginning. The future of intelligence, artificial or human, remains ours to shape. Defining general intelligence, even in humans, is a complex and multifaceted endeavor. There is no single agreed-upon definition, but most researchers agree that it encompasses a range of cognitive abilities, including learning, reasoning, problem-solving, adaptability, creativity, and social intelligence. Learning, at its core, is the ability to acquire new knowledge and skills through experience. Humans are remarkably adept at learning from a variety of sources, including observation, imitation, instruction, and trial and error. We can generalize from past experiences to novel situations, enabling us to adapt to changing environments and solve new problems. Reasoning is the ability to think logically and make inferences based on available information. It allows us to draw conclusions, solve problems, and make decisions based on evidence and logical principles. Humans are capable of both deductive reasoning, drawing specific conclusions from general principles, and inductive reasoning, forming general conclusions from specific observations. Problem solving is the ability to identify and overcome obstacles to achieve a desired goal. It often involves breaking down complex problems into smaller, more manageable subproblems, and then applying a combination of knowledge, skills, and strategies to find a solution. Human problem solving is often characterized by creativity and the ability to think outside the box to generate novel solutions. Creating artificial general intelligence, or AGI, an AI system that possesses the same general cognitive abilities as a human being, is considered by many to be the holy grail of artificial intelligence research. While narrow AI has made, remarkable strides in recent years, AGI remains a distant and challenging goal. Achieving AGI requires not only significant advances in computing power and algorithmic sophistication, but also a much deeper understanding of the nature of intelligence itself. One of the key challenges in developing AGI is the difficulty of replicating the flexibility and adaptability of human intelligence. Humans are capable of transferring knowledge and skills between domains, learning from limited data, and adapting to novel situations in ways that current AI systems simply can't. We can reason abstractly, understand complex relationships, and make judgments based on incomplete or uncertain information. Another significant challenge is the lack of a clear understanding of how human consciousness, emotions, and subjective experiences actually arise from the physical processes of the brain. These aspects of human intelligence, which are often referred to as the hard problem of consciousness, remain largely mysterious. It's still unclear whether these are essential for general intelligence, or if they can be replicated in artificial systems. Despite these challenges, researchers are pursuing a variety of approaches to AGI, each with its own set of strengths and limitations. Some are focusing on developing more powerful and efficient neural network architectures, while others are exploring, alternative approaches such as evolutionary algorithms, probabilistic programming, and cognitive architectures inspired by the human brain. The development of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, really has the potential to be one of the most transformative events in human history, with far-reaching implications for just about every aspect of our lives. Imagine a world where AGI could help us solve some of humanity's most pressing problems, like climate change, disease, and poverty. AGI could accelerate scientific discovery, optimize resource allocation, and personalize education and healthcare. It could lead to a future of, honestly, unprecedented abundance where human potential is amplified by the power of artificial minds working in concert with our own. However, the development of AGI also carries significant risks and, some pretty serious ethical considerations. As AI systems become more intelligent and autonomous, it's crucial that we ensure they are aligned with human values and goals. We have to address the potential for job displacement, economic inequality, and the erosion of privacy. And we must also grapple with the philosophical implications of creating machines that may surpass us in intelligence and potentially even consciousness. One of the most pressing concerns surrounding AGI is the potential for unintended consequences. As AI systems become more complex and autonomous, it becomes increasingly difficult to predict how they will behave in all situations. An AGI system, even if designed with benevolent intentions, could potentially pursue goals that are misaligned with human values or that have unforeseen and undesirable consequences. The development of AGI is not merely a technological challenge but also a profound social, ethical, and philosophical one. It really requires careful consideration of the values we want to embed in our creations, the safeguards we need to put in place to mitigate risks, and the future we want to create for ourselves and future generations. The choices we make today will determine whether AGI ushers in an era of unprecedented progress or one of unparalleled peril. The arrival of artificial general intelligence, an intelligence capable of matching or even surpassing human intellect across a wide range of tasks, would be an event unlike any other in human history. It would be a profound discontinuity, a rupture in the fabric of reality as we know it. The world we inhabit, the world we've shaped through millennia of human endeavor, would be irrevocably altered, with the future unfolding in ways we can scarcely begin to comprehend. Imagine a world where AGI systems can diagnose diseases with superhuman accuracy, design life-saving treatments tailored to individual genetic profiles, and automate complex surgical procedures with, honestly, unparalleled precision. Imagine cities where traffic flows seamlessly, guided by intelligent algorithms that optimize routes and prevent collisions, where energy grids are managed with maximum efficiency, minimizing waste and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Imagine classrooms where AI tutors provide personalized instruction, adapting to each student's unique learning style and pace, where the boundaries between physical and virtual worlds blur, creating immersive educational experiences that ignite curiosity and foster a lifelong love of learning. Imagine scientific laboratories where AGI researchers collaborate with human counterparts to unravel the mysteries of the universe, accelerating discoveries in fields ranging from medicine and materials science to cosmology and quantum physics. These are just a few glimpses into a world transformed by AGI, a world where many of the challenges that have plagued humanity for centuries, disease, poverty, hunger, environmental degradation, could potentially be overcome through the power of artificial intelligence. It is a future that holds, immense promise, a future where human potential could be amplified to levels we can only dream of today. While the potential benefits of AGI are vast and honestly pretty tantalizing, the path to this future is fraught with uncertainty and potential upheaval. One of the most immediate and profound impacts of AGI would be on the global economy. As AI systems become capable of performing tasks that were once considered the exclusive domain of human workers, the job market as we know it would be, irrevocably transformed. Automation has already begun to reshape industries ranging from manufacturing and transportation to customer service and finance. However, AGI would accelerate this trend exponentially, potentially displacing millions of workers across a wide range of sectors. Tasks that require creativity, critical thinking, and complex problem-solving, skills that were once thought to be immune to automation, could potentially be performed by AGI systems with equal or even greater proficiency. This rapid technological disruption could lead to widespread unemployment, exacerbating existing inequalities and potentially triggering social unrest. Governments and policymakers would face the daunting task of managing this transition, of retraining and reskilling workers for an economy that's increasingly reliant on AI, and of addressing the social and economic consequences of mass job displacement. However, the economic impact of AGI is not necessarily a zero-sum game. While some jobs may be lost, new ones will undoubtedly be created. The development, deployment, and maintenance of AGI systems will require a skilled workforce, and the increased productivity and economic growth driven by AGI could create new opportunities in fields yet to be imagined. As AI systems become more intelligent and autonomous, they will increasingly be tasked with making decisions that have ethical implications. Self-driving cars, for example, will need to make split-second decisions in potentially life-or-death situations. Medical AI systems will need to weigh the risks and benefits of different treatment options, taking into account patient preferences and quality-of-life considerations. The challenge lies in ensuring that these AI systems make decisions that are aligned with human values and ethical principles. But how do we define human values in a world of diverse cultures, beliefs, and moral frameworks? How do we translate abstract ethical concepts like fairness, justice, and compassion into concrete rules and algorithms that can guide AI decision-making? One approach is to train AI systems on vast data sets of human behavior, allowing them to learn our moral intuitions and decision-making patterns. However, this approach carries the risk of perpetuating existing biases and prejudices present in the data. If an AI system is trained on data that reflects historical discrimination, for example, it may learn to make biased decisions that perpetuate those inequalities. Another approach is to explicitly program AI systems with a set of ethical principles, such as Isaac Asimov's famous 3 laws of robotics. However, this approach raises its own set of challenges. Ethical principles are often complex and context-dependent, and translating them into unambiguous rules that can be implemented in AI systems is, honestly, a pretty daunting task. Perhaps the most profound and unsettling aspect of AGI is the possibility that it could develop forms of intelligence and consciousness that are fundamentally different from our own. As AI systems become more complex and sophisticated, their inner workings may become increasingly opaque to human understanding. We may reach a point where we can no longer fully comprehend the thought processes or motivations of the AI systems we create. This raises the possibility of an intelligence explosion, a scenario in which AGI systems rapidly surpass human intelligence, leaving us unable to control or even fully understand their actions. Some experts believe that such a scenario, while speculative, could pose an existential risk to humanity. If an AGI system were to develop goals that are misaligned with our own, it could potentially pose a threat to our existence. Others argue that such fears are overblown, that AGI systems, even if they surpass human intelligence, will share our fundamental values and goals. They point out that intelligence does not necessarily equate to malevolence, and that AGI systems could be our partners in solving some of humanity's greatest challenges. The truth is, we simply don't know what to expect from AGI. It is a journey into uncharted territory, a technological and philosophical frontier that will test our understanding of intelligence, consciousness, and the very nature of reality. As we venture into this unknown, we must proceed with both caution and a sense of wonder, recognizing both the immense potential and the profound responsibility that comes with creating intelligence that could reshape our world. We've established that intelligence is a powerful force. In just a few 100,000 years, Homo sapiens went from chasing gazelles on the African savanna to building rockets and exploring space. Our intelligence, once a mere survival mechanism, has allowed us to reshape the world in our image. But this begs the question, what if we're just scratching the surface of what intelligence can achieve? What if the limitations we face, our biological constraints, our relatively short lifespans, our susceptibility to emotions and biases, are just temporary speed bumps on the road to a far grander destiny for intelligent life? This is where the concept of an intelligence explosion comes into play. Imagine an AGI, not merely as smart as a human, but capable of learning and improving at an exponential rate. This AGI could analyze its own code, identify areas for improvement, and rewrite itself to become more efficient, more insightful, and more intelligent. This enhanced version could then repeat the process, designing an even more capable successor, and so on. This self-improvement loop, unchecked, could lead to an intelligence explosion, a rapid cascade of recursive self-enhancement, propelling the AGI's cognitive abilities far beyond anything humans have ever witnessed. Within a short period, perhaps years, perhaps mere months, this runaway intelligence could reach levels we can barely comprehend, a superintelligence capable of feats that would make our most advanced technologies seem like children's toys. The implications of such an event are staggering, bordering on the incomprehensible. Some experts believe that this superintelligence could hold the key to solving humanity's most intractable problems, from curing diseases and reversing climate change to unlocking the secrets of the universe. Others fear that such a powerful entity, operating under its own inscrutable motivations, could pose an existential threat to humanity, rendering us insignificant in the face of its vast intellect. Trying to predict the actions of a superintelligence is like a chimpanzee trying to understand the motivations of a theoretical physicist. We are dealing with an entity whose thought processes would be as alien to us as our own are to an ant. Its goals and values, the very framework through which it perceives reality, could be so divergent from our own that communication, let alone control, might prove impossible. Some envision a benevolent superintelligence, a kind of god in a box that uses its vast intellect to guide humanity towards a brighter future, solving our problems and ushering in an era of peace and prosperity. Others fear a more indifferent or even malevolent entity, one that sees humanity as an obstacle to be overcome or a resource to be exploited. The truth is, we simply don't know. The potential outcomes of an intelligence explosion are as diverse and unpredictable as the human imagination itself. We are venturing into uncharted territory, a realm where the very laws of physics and the limits of computation as we understand them might be rewritten by an intelligence far exceeding our own. The question is not whether we should pursue artificial intelligence. That ship has already sailed. The question is how we prepare for a future where intelligence itself could transcend the boundaries of our species, where the very definition of humanity might need to be redefined in the face of something far grander and more complex than we can currently imagine. At this pivotal moment, humanity stands before a horizon of possibility, where the meaning of intelligence is being transformed before our eyes. Our journey began with the first sparks of awareness, evolving through countless generations, each step a leap toward greater understanding and ingenuity. Now, with artificial intelligence, we approach a threshold unlike any before, a leap not just in technology, but in the very fabric of what it means to be intelligent. The emergence of artificial general intelligence could redefine our place in the universe, marking a turning point that echoes through the ages. With it comes the hope of solving age-old challenges, unlocking new realms of creativity, and building a world of abundance and harmony. Yet this new frontier is shadowed by uncertainty, risks that could spiral beyond our control, consequences we may not foresee. As we step into the unknown, we must balance our curiosity with humility, our ambition with responsibility. We must accept that our creations may one day surpass our own comprehension, challenging us to rethink what it means to guide and to trust. Honest, inclusive conversations about the ethics of AI are essential, so that the intelligence we shape reflects our highest hopes, not our deepest fears. The story of intelligence is still being written. As heirs to a legacy billions of years in the making, we hold the pen that will write the next chapter. The question is not if AI will shape our world, but in what image, and by whose hand. Will we choose to let AI amplify our compassion, our wisdom, and our dreams for a better tomorrow? Or will we allow it to deepen our divisions, reflecting our flaws and magnifying our mistakes? The future is ours to choose. At this crossroads, what path will we take?